Welcome to Nittany Nation Game Day.
It started on a hot summer day and quickly got right back to a hot game day. A new year, new team, a young team that looked dominant real quick.
Pickett spun around, flings it incomplete, it's fourth down.
It was a year with plenty to cheer for, but it wasn't all touchdowns and two-steps.
It's over. One of the biggest wins in school history for the University of Minnesota.
Will the thrill Levis.
So here we are, another year done, saying goodbye to another group of seniors.
I remember I committed when Penn State, it wasn't Penn State. I didn't want to tear up. I've been tearing up lately a little bit too much.
Sit back as we take a look back and enjoy. All the feels.
Hot and heavy.
Welcome to
Like
the
30
Nittany
seconds
Nation
into the
Game
show.
Day. And it's not game day. This is our season in review show. I'm Peter Terpstra, always standing on a box. I'm short. And this is your season in review edition.
And I'm going to finally read the prompter. I'm Giant Jack Washer, whatever.
Oh, it's going to be great. Keep
Rosie
reading.
Langella will not be with us today because, well, she wasn't in the promos. Sorry, Rosie.
It was more of a period, not an exclamation point at the end of the season. Let's go over the season finale, the Rutgers game, real quick. It was the holiday weekend against an opponent without a head coach and without a Big Ten win. Starting quarterback Sean Clifford sat out this one with a lower body injury, so backup Will Levis got his first start. And it was a slow start, but Penn State did get it done, got the win 27-6 to finish the regular season 10-2. Hit me. Will Levis is undefeated as a starting quarterback in college football. He racked up 108 rushing yards, which has not happened for a Penn State quarterback yet this year.
That's really cool. I mean, I've never had a close to 100-yard rushing game in high school even. I think maybe the most was 40 or something. But there were plays that needed me to run the ball, and I kind of just did my job and saw the lane and just went with it.
Sean could have played this week, but it would have changed how we treated him. Once we decided to treat him in a certain way, it made him unavailable this week.
The seniors said goodbye to Beaver Stadium. It's a class with 41 wins so far, the first class to do that since 1997.
This place is so incredibly special, and just kind of go out like this, 10 wins again, going to a great bowl game, I'm sure, so couldn't be prouder of our guys.
I haven't cried yet, so it hasn't really sunk in yet, but it probably will tonight.
All right, it is Penn State's third double-digit win season in the last 4 years. Now, with success, Peter, comes rumors, and specifically James Franklin getting calls from programs like Florida State or USC looking to fill their head coaching positions or positions that aren't available. So, Coach, can you put to bed the rumors?
There's nobody that would want this not to be talked about more than me. I'm hoping I'm hoping this thing's going to be over very quick. But, like I told you, I love Penn State. I love our players. I don't see that changing anytime soon. And hopefully, all this conversation will be over, very shortly.
Now, Franklin and the Nittany Lions will find out where they'll be playing in the bowl very, very, very soon. So now let's get into some news and notes. A number of Penn State players earned all Big Ten honors this week, Peter.
And it's important to note at the taping of this show, we don't know if Franklin has a new contract as of yet. Hopefully
we're reading the
soon.
tea leaves, though.
Reading the tea leaves.
And they're looking pretty good for an extension.
All right, let's take a look at some postseason awards. The Big Ten announcing your conference linebacker of the year earlier this week. Drum roll. Who else? Sophomore linebacker, Micah Parsons. He's the third Penn State player to win the Big Ten's Linebacker of the Year award. Again, he's only a sophomore, and that is just the start. And here's a look at the all-Big Ten defensive teams. Micah Parsons, Nitor Gross-Matos landing on the first team for both the coaches and the media polls. Shaka Toney is your second team all-Big Ten by the coaches. Robert Windsor, Cam Brown land on the third team. Tariq Castro-Fields also making third team all-Big Ten, voted by just the media members. And there were a lot more guys that were kind of included in this as honorable mention, and also special teams as well.
Right now for the offense, tight end Pat Fryermuth, offensive lineman Steven Gonzalez, and wideout KJ Hamler earned unanimous second-team All-Big Ten selections. Sean Clifford, along with offensive lineman Will Fries and Michael Mennett, earned unanimous honorable mention honors. I don't understand how you earn honorable mention or unanimous honorable mention. That just doesn't add up. But that's just me.
It's both polls, right?
Yes,
Coaches
exactly.
and media. Now the latest college football playoff poll is out. Penn State stayed put at number 10. The top 4 also stayed the same, but 2 teams with 2 losses jumped ahead of Penn State. That's Wisconsin and Florida sit at number 8. Now get this, Wisconsin's going to play Ohio State here pretty soon in the Big Ten championship game, and then if they lose, which I think they will, then we'll see if they fall back behind Penn State. Now the Rutgers game, kind of vanilla finish to the season.
Yes.
Not necessarily Penn State's fault. They had a lot of injuries, and I think they saw that they were playing Rutgers, so that kind of factored into sitting some of those guys out. They got the win. It wasn't close, right? And you had a backup quarterback who did what he needed to do.
Penn State was like you, I, Rosie, anybody else that covers the team. We were mentally exhausted. I mean, when you play Iowa and Michigan State and Ohio State and Minnesota and Indiana, and then you got to play Rutgers in the season, snooze. And no one wanted to be there. The fans didn't want to be there. Like the students didn't show up and whatnot. Just get it over with. Get your 10th win. Let's go to a bowl game. They're going to go to a really good bowl game. Either the Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, Citrus Bowl, Outback Bowl. You know, it's going to be a New Year's Day bowl or right around New Year's Day. So I mean, they got it over with. You know, Franklin likely to get extended this week. And you got to see some younger guys play too.
The point is, don't worry, guys.
No,
it's okay.
No.
Don't worry. Greg Schiano is going to take over Rutgers as well.
Shout out Coach Schiano.
There's that.
All right, coming up next, should they stay or should they go, Peter? We break down who already made their future plans to stay in school or leave for the NFL.
I was on the fence about changing from a manual to an electric toothbrush, but my hygienist said going electric could lead to way cleaner teeth. She said get the one inspired by dentists, with the round brush head.
Go pro with Oral-B. Oral-B's gentle rounded brush head removes more plaque along the gum line for cleaner teeth and healthier gums. And unlike Sonicare, Oral-B is the first electric toothbrush brand accepted by the ADA for its effectiveness and safety.
What an amazing clean. I'll only use an Oral-B.
Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Say hello to Dr. David Faber of Advanced Vein Care of Altoona. In his state-of-the-art facility, Dr. Faber has performed over 3,000 procedures. Using the most innovative and advanced vein treatment, Dr. Faber brings you the best possible outcome for healthy and beautiful legs, virtually pain-free. Tired, achy, heavy legs interfere with living your best life. Advanced Vein Care of Altoona provides you with personalized service. Call Advanced Vein Care of Altoona and say goodbye to varicose veins.
Joel Confer Toyota is a 3-generation dealership. Joel Confer, Corey Confer, and Seth Confer. Joel Confer Toyota in State College has been taking care of Toyota customers for over 40 years with Toyota service. Our Joel Confer Certified Collision Center, Toyota Care, our Owner's Reward Program, Toyota Rent-A-Car, Toyota Certified Used Vehicles, and our Joel Confer Auto Detailing. Go to joelconfer.com for more information. Visit us today at Joel Confer Toyota in State College.
Once upon a time, in the land of home furnishings, the pencil-pushing number cruncher at Caparella Furniture was caught taking away the holiday deals. No way, Mr. Grinch. Caparella Furniture customers deserve 50, 60, and up to 70% off store-wide. And 2 years special financing during Caparella's huge Home for the Holidays sale. Save 50% on all recliners starting as low as $299. Get the biggest savings of the year on Simmons and Serta mattress sets. It's Caparella's best Home for the Holidays sale ever. Happy holidays from Caparella Furniture.
Welcome to CBS This Morning.
Join Tony DeCopo, Anthony Mason, and Gail King.
I'm very glad it's us today.
The new CBS This Morning, weekdays. You're watching Nittany Nation Game Day.
All right, welcome back. If Penn State wants to compete for a national championship next year, they have to have the right roster, the right guys on the team.
It's all about recruiting, right? You always want guys leaving for the NFL, too. That's strong for the program, but you need key guys to come back. And one of Penn State's best players, and one of the best players in the Big Ten, announces earlier this week he will enter the NFL draft. Penn State defensive end Yetur Gross-Matos announcing he's going to go to the league, and he has been dominant. He's had 34 tackles for a loss and 16.5 sacks. the last 2 seasons. He could be a first-round pick. Get this, he says he will play in Penn State's bowl game.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. And this guy isn't leaving just yet, and it's pretty big news. Tight end Pat Freiermuth has only played 2 seasons so far at Penn State, but he will be draft eligible because he played at a prep school. He announced right after the Rutgers game, though, that he will be sticking around. He played, like I said, 1 year at prep school, but he is staying in Happy Valley for 1 more season. Another guy who is returning, starting center Michael Mennett, who also had the option to enter the NFL draft. Mennett started 24 games on the offensive line for Penn State the past couple of seasons.
I think it's big news. Obviously, you know, Freiermuth is a big key to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's first team All Big Ten. He's a freshman All-American. He might not, get the Mackey Award, which is ridiculous. He's very good.
Or even be on the final. I think just to be, in that finals group.
Michael Mennett, I think, is a huge piece of the puzzle. Center is your most important offensive line position. It's got to be like the anchor, the smartest guy, the guy who's the quarterback of the offensive line. And Mennett coming back, big news. We'll see what Shaka Toney does.
Yes, I agree. I think a lot of the guys are going to stick around because I think they know there's unfinished business with this team. I think that's what they're like hashtagging everything when they're announcing that they're coming back. And I think unless they're going to get like an E-Tour grade where you're going to get that first-round grade, you're going to get that guaranteed money, why not stay another year and improve your draft stock even more and more?
All about money. All right, moving on. Last weekend, we almost said goodbye to one of the winningest classes in Penn State history. 41 wins, plenty of smiles, and also plenty of cries. It's not goodbye. It's just a little break right now.
Right. Penn State will play 1 more game, hopefully in a New Year's Six Bowl, and then we will say goodbye to the team's seniors, and we will say goodbye to some great stories, too, like Jan Johnson, a former walk-on, went and joined the wrestling team briefly and then came back for a 2-year starter at middle linebacker. How about Robert Windsor from small-town Wisconsin, Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, turned dominant defensive tackle, or Blake Gilligan, the man with the hair, who came to Penn State from Hotlanta, Georgia, didn't even know where Penn State was when he was being recruited. This class finishes with the most wins at Penn State since 1987.
I remember I committed when Penn State, it wasn't Penn State, and then we built it up from the ground. We were the #1, 2 overall team at one point, and it was just we left a legacy.
It's hard to look at them, honestly, because a lot of them were tearing up, and I didn't want to tear up. I've been tearing up lately a little bit too much, so I've been trying to hold back my tears. And I told them guys I love them, and we're going to get on them. It's not over yet. We got another month with these guys.
We got something going really special here, and our kids believe that. You see it in the locker room. You feel it in the locker room. So those guys have given a lot to this community. They've given a lot to this university.
Pickett spun around, flings it incomplete. It's 4th down, and he missed it.
Coming up, it was a year to remember, so we take a look back at some of the top moments next.
Calvin's auto repair business could use a little help from his friends.
Car or truck, you're in luck with the
beep, beep. Why don't you all go beep, beep yourselves, all right?
New neighborhood, then.
Oh, no. I'm here because I want to be with you.
Bob, please, you are embarrassing me.
You should leave. You're right. I should.
A new Bob Hart's Ava show after a new neighborhood, Monday on CBS.
Whether you're choosing long-term care for yourself or a parent, you have a real choice at the Winds at Mattern Orchard in Altoona. Select from beautiful private apartment homes with personal baths. Enjoy fresh entrees daily in our open and inviting dining room. And get the help you need from trained caregivers and registered nurses anytime 24/7. Best of all, it's all available right here at an affordable monthly fee. Call the Winds today. And now introducing FlexCare, our brand new price-saving program for seniors.
Martin Oil Company delivers more than home heating oil. They deliver warmth. For over 50 years, your friends and neighbors have trusted Martin Oil for prompt delivery of premium heating oil. Call when you want fuel or enjoy the peace of mind that comes with automatic delivery. Whether your needs are residential or commercial, Martin Oil is always professional and reliable. Now, Martin Oil's $1,000 club for heating oil customers can earn you 3% interest plus deep discounts on fuel oil prices. Martin Oil Company, dependable as sunrise.
I have never met someone that's quite like you, who makes me feel alive inside and shares all I go through. You You won my heart with the very first smile.
Show her there's no one just like her with the gift of beautiful jewelry from Compers Jewelers in downtown Bellefonte. It's a sure way to make her smile light up the holiday.
Won't you stay right here with me forever?
You're watching Nittany Nation Game Day.
All right, welcome back. Step by step, Peter, it was a strong season for Penn State. So we take a look back at some of the top moments. I think that has to be number one. Am I right?
No,
because we've seen ups and downs, close wins, close losses, but we only saw one two-step.
What can you say, right? Hall. It's time for it's time for some of our top moments of the year. Let's get it now.
Pickett spun around, flings it incomplete. It's fourth down, and he missed it. Unbelievable.
It was the end of an era. We don't know when Penn State's going to play Pitt next, but the Nittany Lions put together a goal line stand from the 1 yard line and took down Pitt 17-10 and finished off non-conference play 3-0.
By the time Penn State got to Iowa, the team was 5-0 and had not beaten a ranked team on the road under head coach James Franklin. That changed with a 17-12 win over the Hawkeyes under the lights, hostile territory. It was a win that sparked a run to remember.
Was Michigan big when we played them? Was that a big one? I think so.
The stage was set. Penn State took down Michigan in the whiteout game 28-21, and then they went on the road and beat Michigan State, and the revenge tour was rolling. The Nittany Lions stayed undefeated until...
It's over. One of the biggest wins in school history for the University of Minnesota.
Penn State, though, would take its first loss of the season to then undefeated Minnesota. Sean Clifford, he had a rough game through 3 picks. The Gophers fans, they stormed the field, and the party was on in the Twin Cities before they lost 2 of their last 3 games.
Levis running a touchdown, and just like that, Will the Thrill Levis.
Gus Johnson always makes magic on the mic. Ohio State proved once again it is the best team in the Big Ten East and maybe even the country. Clifford went down with an injury. Will Levis stepped up. He would lead a comeback as the backup quarterback, but it was not enough. Now we move on to the last game of the year where one underdog cemented his role as the top dog. You might have called him a track guy, like maybe he's fast, but might not make it in college football.
That would be Journey Brown. And he was kind of the number 2 or 3 guy, just a track guy like we said, but you were wrong because he's fast and he's making college football look like fools right now. He came to Penn State from Meadville, your normal small town high school football star from Pennsylvania, except he did have 700-plus yards and 10 touchdowns in a game, if you haven't heard that before. And he played with a heavy heart this past weekend after his 17-year-old cousin passed away just 6 days before the Rutgers game, where he ran for 3 scores. Brown leans on seniors and his family.
The seniors that have each gave me a different standpoint of life, and I appreciate them. That's why, like I said, I put on for a show for them and also for me, my peoples.
I don't know if I've been around a kid that's overcome more adversity in his life than him. Had some more this past week. He's a special kid. Huge smile on his face. Very appreciative of Penn State. He's been phenomenal.
Coming up next, we give our picks for offensive and defensive MVP and who surprised us the most. We'll see you soon.
Introducing the DrinkWorks Home Bar by Keurig, designed to deliver bar-quality cocktails freshly made at the push of a button. DrinkWorks solves the challenge of making complex cocktails in your home. The drink maker uses DrinkWorks pods with real ingredients and natural flavors for perfectly balanced cocktails every time. With over 24 drinks to choose from, there's something for everyone. No bottles, no measuring, no mess. Pick your drink, insert the pod, and with the push of a button, enjoy bar-quality cocktails right at home.
We can have our favorite drinks made the same way every time.
It's the perfect way to end our day.
I love providing a variety of cocktails to my guests without needing all the ingredients.
For a limited time, purchase a DrinkWorks Home Bar by Keurig at an additional $50 off. To accept this exclusive offer, go to drinkworks.com and enter DRTV at checkout. That's DRTV to take an additional $50 off.
We love to entertain.
And this is like having a bartender right in our home.
Give the gift that keeps on giving. Go to drinkworks.com and enter promo code DRTV.
Toyotathon is on. Time to get a great deal on Corolla hatchback, RAV4, Tundra, and more.
Oh, honey, look.
Is anybody seeing this?
Wow.
Anybody?
Now, lease a Corolla for $169 a month, or buy with $1,500 total cash allowance, or go Camry with 1.9% APR financing or $2,000 cash back.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Over the years, some things have changed, and some things have remained the same. At Tyrone Milling, the customer still comes first. At Tyrone Milling, it's more than just about making feet. It's about building relationships and helping our neighbors. Thank you for being a part of the Tyrone Milling family.
You're watching Nittany Nation Game Day.
All right, welcome back. It's time for us, here, you and I, to talk. We're going to pick some players who caught our eye this year.
We're going to go with our picks for offensive MVP right now, starting with mine, and it is the Jitterbug, KJ Hamler. You know who he is. You love him. This guy showed why he's one of the most dominant players in the country. He was only second team all Big Ten, but I think he has the respect of everybody in the conference, no doubt. If they needed to go to somebody, it was either this guy or Pat Fryermuth, and that for good reason.
Yeah, Rosie and my pick were quarterback Sean Clifford. It's so hard to replace a legend like Trace McSorley, and I think Clifford did it about as well as he could, and for about half the year he was banged up and still fought through everything. And I think with him coming back next year, I think this team has a chance to be really, really special.
It was really impressive what he did with his legs, too.
Yes.
I mean,
that was a very underrated part of his game that not a lot of people talked about, but it was very crucial.
We talked about it all offseason. I don't know if I really believed it, but, you know, there you go, right? Time for our defensive MVP picks right now. And I'm going to pick, of course, Yetur Gross-Matos. He's going to the league next year. He will play in Penn State's bowl game. He's had great production the last 2 years. He had something like 6 fewer tackles for a loss this season, obviously because he was getting way more attention. But I believe he only had half a sack less. So if you're still getting to the quarterback, you're still getting production, and they're sending guys after you on the offensive line, no doubt, shows how good of a player he is.
Yeah, my pick, Micah Parsons. He was Big Ten linebacker of the year. The guy flies around. He's only a sophomore. Thank God he is a sophomore because he gets to come back for one more season. He'd be a first-round pick if he went to the draft next year. So good. Looking forward to big things from him. Rosie's pick, Shaka Toney, another member of the Wild Dogs on that defensive line. Doesn't get a lot of shine like Yetur does, but Shaka terrorizes quarterbacks as well. Hopefully he comes back for one more year because he'd be the featured guy on that defensive line. I think he comes back, has another great year. Could be a first-round pick in 2021.
He really had a breakout season, too. He was stepping in for is Rashid, I can't remember.
Sharif
Miller, who left for the league.
Rashid Walker, offensive
Gosh,
line.
I'm getting all confused. All right, now for our biggest surprise of the season. And I'm picking one half of the Flow Bros. You could also include Blake Gillikin in this, but I'm picking Jordan Stout. Very underrated and very important part of this team. He transfers from Virginia Tech, kicks nearly every single kickoff out of the back of the end zone. We're talking even in cold weather, he was still booting them that far. Had a career record-breaking long field goal for Penn State. When you're giving your team great field position guaranteed, you're helping everybody out.
My pick, Journey Brown, I think, you know, you had so much depth at running back, and Noah King kind of emerged as that top guy, but then Noah King got hurt. In those last 4 games of the season, Journey Brown looked like one of the best running backs we've ever seen. You know, someone who can replace a Saquon Barkley, a Miles Sanders, and whatnot. He's so fast. He's running a lot harder than he was last year, and he's going to be fun to watch next year. If you got Journey Brown and Noah King is 1-2, man, that's going to be incredible. Rosie's pick, Jahan Dotson, kind of KJ Hamler's sidekick, if you want to call him that, had I would say a very decent year. We were looking
a bit overshadowed by some other guys, but I mean, he caught nearly everything.
We wanted him to be, we kind of saw him come up his freshman year, but definitely came up with some big plays. Almost scored a game-winning touchdown against Minnesota. Darn turf monster. Always good.
All right. Coming up next, we take a look ahead. How good can Penn State be next season? We'll see you then.
We call it the mother standard of care. It's how we bring real hope to our cancer patients. Like Viola. When she was diagnosed with breast cancer, her team at CTCA created a personalized care plan that treated her cancer and strengthened her spirit. So Viola could focus on her future, their future. This is how we inspire hope. This is how we heal. Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Appointments available now.
When a toothache pain hits, it hits hard. Pounding, stabbing pain, that's a lot of pain to deal with coming from your mouth. Pain pills do not work at all for me. That's why I have oral gel. You put it on, after a couple of seconds, voila, my pain is gone.
What's the time?
A dime is 10 cents.
Severe cold or flu? Take control with TheraFlu. Powerful, soothing relief to defeat your worst cold and flu symptoms fast. TheraFlu, the power is in your hands.
Say hello to Dr. David Faber of Advanced Vein Care of Altoona. In his state-of-the-art facility, Dr. Faber has performed over 3,000 procedures. Using the most innovative and advanced vein treatment, Dr. Faber brings you the best possible outcome for healthy and beautiful legs, virtually pain-free. Tired, achy, heavy legs interfere with living your best life. Advanced Vein Care of Altoona provides you with personalized service. Call Advanced Vein Care of Altoona and say goodbye to varicose veins.
Coming to McIntyre's has been the easiest, most painless, and I would say respectful experience I've ever had coming to a car dealership.
I've been coming to McIntyre Chevrolet for about 11 years on my 4th vehicle. They just make the experience as non-intrusive as possible and efficient as well. It's always a smile. You know, I come in and go shake hands.
I'll definitely be back. It was absolutely wonderful.
They're just really nice people, and I just keep coming back.
You're watching Nittany Nation Game Day.
All right, welcome back. It's about time we wrap things up, so here's where we're looking ahead to next season.
2020, before we get there, let's take a look at these possible bowl destinations. I think if Wisconsin gets beat pretty bad by Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship, then I think Penn State is the premier team to go to the Rose Bowl. We'll see what happens. Orange Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Citrus Bowl, plenty of bowl games kind of in the mix for Penn season, but going ahead to next season, they got to be a playoff contender. I think that's the expectation.
They have to be. That is the year that Penn State can go to the national championship. They have the roster. They have the depth. There's no excuses. You got Ohio State at home next year. You got to do it.
See you later. Thank you.